世界一のストライカーは暑い場所に突如として出現する。
Hello everyone, so y'all seem to enjoy my last Blue Lock video a lot, so I thought why not to do another one? And why not talk about everyone's favorite punching bag, the former hero of Blue Lock, Kunigami. Also, it's Pride Month and he's like kinda sorta confirmed to be bi, so it just lined up nicely. Also, is no one ever just gonna question why he always said his type was disabled girls? Like, is that not a little odd, man? Now, Kunigami has had a very rocky path in Blue Lock. From hero to anti-hero to whatever he currently is at the moment. What the fuck is he doing in the mountains? He has changed a lot from the selfless musclehead we knew all the way back in our Team Z days. But before we can break down what his change means in the story, let's give a short recap of his past in Blue Lock. Now, when we first meet him in Team Z's introduction, he ends up getting tagged since he was too focused on insulting Bachira's underhanded methods, which not only shows us his hero complex, but also his suppressed anger, something that does come up quite a bit later. During the tag game, he continues to be annoyed when others don't make the game fair and square, something that really gets under his skin for reasons we still don't know today. Now, his next big moment isn't until their game against Baro's team. Where they get absolutely destroyed. The only goal they get coming from Asagi making an instinct pass to Kunigami. But that leads us to learning the most about pre-wildcard room Kunigami. Basically, he decides to give Isagi half of his stake since he believes the goal was half his own effort and half Isagi's. He lives by a very clean moral code. The two talk and Asagi asks why Kunigami plays soccer. Kunigami's response being that he does it to be a superhero. Since when he was growing up, he didn't look up to people like the Power Rangers or Monkey D. Luffy. You don't fuck with One Piece? Man, no wonder Shido didn't pick his bum ass. But anyways, he sees being a striker as a way to spread hope like a superhero does. So that's why he has this strong moral code of wanting to play fair and square, because a superhero would never use an underhanded tactic to win, so he never will either.
終わったよ。俺が綺麗に地獄へ送ってあげました。まあ確かにいい体格してたし、ハートもまっすぐで清く正しく美しかった。ただ、フィールド上じゃいいやつかどうかなんてどうだっていいんだよ。一瞬の爆発のために生きれない人間は。
Now, we don't really get any more big development for Kunigami until the second selection when he faces off against Shido, which is where his hero mentality comes back around to bite him in the ass. You see, when he sees Shido beating down on everyone, he moves in to put a stop to it, challenging Shido to a 2-on-2. But him and Ryo, to put it lightly, get fucking demolished by Shido. It was 5-2, and I know Kunigami probably got both of their goals considering the mental state Ryo was in. But the most important thing about this loss is the speech we get from Shido to Kunigami, where he basically explains that Kunigami's strong moral beliefs in making the game fair is what holds him back from evolving any further. Since honestly, everyone from Team Z who made it past the second selection did find a way to evolve. Ryo learning to play on his own, Bachira deciding he'll partner up with whoever he believes will help him evolve more, and hell, even Baro managed to change a bit. But Kunigami started and ended his initial Blue Lock run as the same person. So if you've tried so many times and yet are only met with failure, why stay the same person? After Kunigami's loss, he had the option to leave or go into the wildcard room, and he chose the latter. However, this is where we're going to have to theorize a bit because we don't fully know what happened in the wildcard room. What we do know is it was a program for those who were eliminated, where only one could survive if their body became the closest to Noel Noah's. But the real question is, how did this program cause this huge personality switch in Kunigami? Well, my best guess is that in the program, he ended up bonding with one of the other players. But at the end, it came down to just him and that friend, and he had to destroy that person's dream right in front of him, causing him to drop his hero mentality and become the anti-hero we see today. So that's pretty much how we have our current Kunigami. But now here's the real question. Why is he so trash now? You see, pre-wildcard room Kunigami was a very reliable striker and all-around good player, but now he can't score on his own or even create a chemical reaction with another player. He's just this rock that stands in the middle of Bastard that steals what he can from other players to push his own survival. But here's the thing, that's the point. He is quite literally doing what Shido told him not to do, but in an even more severe of just completely pretending to be someone he isn't, which is making him a worse striker than he has ever been, even though he can perform at this higher level. He is the wall other players have to go around or get over to evolve. He isn't his own person anymore, so naturally he sucks ass now. But we did get a glimpse to show us that actually he still has a bit of that person he was before still in him, where during the Bastard versus PXG match, he still holds this huge grudge for Shido eliminating him, which led to see that glimpse of the striker he was before. And the whole reason we didn't get to see him much during that match is because of that hero mentality returning. He was the hero of Bastard who stopped Shido from being yet another problem for the team to deal with. Which is why he isn't really in the match, because he's completely ignored his role as a stepping stone for other players to return to being Blue Lock's superhero. Now what is next for Kunigami? Well, we have seen that his hero ego is still burning inside him, so I do believe we're gonna get to see him become more like the player he used to be, and finally score some goals on his own again, maybe even getting chemical reactions with other players, probably especially Chiguri. And I'd probably say with a few of the other old team members from Team Z. But with that, the video comes to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'd like to see all your thoughts on Kunigami's arc in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.